What's up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat.
What's up? True Heel Heat. All hands on me.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble episode 208, Hurt Feelings, reviewing last night's AEW Dynamite, the July 23rd edition of AEW Dynamite, as only we can. And to do that, I am, of course, joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of 58,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling, as well as his amazing Yankee fitteds. He is Jimmy Macram. How you doing, Jimmy?
Okay. I hope you all are doing well.
We would hope so as well. We got a lot to discuss from last night's AEW Dynamite, and of course, we will be talking about the big news of the day as well. I did tell people we would hear from Jimmy, because people always want to hear from you when there's big wrestling news. So we'll hear from you as well. So we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You could share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And Of course, you can sound off in the live chat if you're watching. Comments down below. Let us know what you thought about this week's AEW Dynamite. And of course, if you're with us live, we'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel and AEWramble here every Thursday, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got already starting us off even before we went live is our good brother Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much for the support, and of course,
I'll speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Siobhan, what the hell is wrong with you?
Alexander says, "Holy shit! Was not expecting Hogan passing away. As much as I disliked Hogan as a person, what he did for the wrestling business can't be taken away." Yes, it's a nuanced conversation, but that is the big news of the day, no doubt. It was announced, I believe it was like close to 12 noon, that it broke by TMZ reporting that Hulk Hogan has passed away at the age of 71 years old due to a massive cardiac arrest. He was found in his home and stretchered out of his home and put into an ambulance. This comes just weeks after Bubba Lumsponge, who was a former friend and lawsuit rival of Hulk Hogan. He revealed on his radio show that Hogan was in bad health and had been in a coma. Hogan's wife and a couple of his friends, including Jimmy Hart, denied these rumors and said that Hogan's heart was strong and he was in good health. And then,
gotta protect the business, brother.
Why are you making me laugh? This is not something to laugh about. Today he passed away due to a cardiac arrest. Jimmy, give us your initial reaction to this news here.
Outside of Eddie Guerrero, I don't think I felt much when anybody does. Jesus, it's kind of fucked up. But wrestlers in particular, Hulk Hogan being who he is, even without the racist stuff, he's kind of a liar. Not kind of a liar, he's a liar, and he's even for a wrestler, he's a liar, and he's annoying. That said, supreme politician. Make Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Jeff Jarrett and Roman and them look like fucking amateurs.
He's who everyone aspires to be. That's why we still to this day, anytime a wrestler gets a big push, they just add Hogan to their name.
It's not Becky H. It's not fucking Rhea Michaels. It don't work like that. It is what it is. That aside, he is the most important professional wrestler in the history of wrestling. No disrespect to anybody else. In fact, if you get rid of Hulkamania, he's still in the top 5. That's how far and away he is the most important professional wrestler ever. Hulkamania, boom in 96, and everything after that is Hulk Hogan inspired. It is jarring how important he is. That said, I don't much have anything nice to say about him as a person. So, I suppose I won't say anything at all? No, I don't think so. There's a couple things you're going to say. I'll let you go next.
I think the craziest part of this, because I was telling you before we went live here, I was live over on Fightful Overbooked on In the Weeds with Jeremy Lambert when the news dropped on TMZ. And I think the craziest part of this, especially for us as Black men and, African-American community, minority community, that this comes 10 years to the day of the racist rant caught on tape.
Yeah.
I just like that was the part where it was just like, what? Really?
It's a hell of a coincidence.
Hell of a coincidence.
Ironically, his biggest mistake.
Yes.
Hogan was getting caught on tape. If you'd have put it on a rap album, nobody would have cared. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Hogan. We'll move on. But yeah, 10 years. That's impressive. That's interesting. When does Swerve say his stuff? So I can make sure
This guy never misses a moment to go after Swerve. We're talking about someone passing away, and he just had to bring up Swerve.
I'm just gonna ask him when he said that, so I can be free on that day, 9 years from now, whenever that is. Please.
Chuck Berry says, "What's good, THH fam? Well, despite all the bad things about you, rest easy, Terry Bollea." I guess that's a nice way.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice of you. That's nice of you. Zach says R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Then we got the other end of the spectrum. Volub says, nah, fuck that bozo. Pedro says R.I.P. to that bum. We also got Volub who says his bum ass is getting cremated because there's no way in hell is he getting buried.
I'm sure you read that somewhere, and that's hilarious.
No, he said that. He said that literally right after in the chat for In the Weeds. So
that's impressive.
I gotta give him credit for that. That was impressive. Freaking Johnny Baby Seth may have had one of my favorite responses. He says, "Damn, I guess he really was the third man after Ozzy and Malcolm Warner."
That's
hilarious. Girls says, "What's up, SP3, Jimmy, and Chad? It's sad that Hulk Hogan is gone in his life."
A lot of problems, but that's a great way to put it.
I don't think he had problems. He was problematic. I think that's what you meant to say.
Well, if you listen to his racist thing, he does sound kind of self-aware at the very least. I guess we're all racist.
This is true. I guess we're all a little racist.
I guess why it's always funny to me. So, you know you're fucked up. It's okay.
Yes, and just in case anybody, no, I'm not going to do that. That's too soon. Robert says, talking about the last night's show, saying about Julia Hart's new faction, Triangle of Madness. I thought this was a post about Terry Bollea, but King Potate says, "Rest in piss, Terry Bollea." Damn, a lot of people in our chat ain't happy about this. Louis says, "Smoking that Terry pack." We got Annika. I did always people, and I literally said this earlier this week. Annika, she says, "What in the death in threes is going on?" They always happen like that, especially with celebrities. It is always in threes.
Sure, let's go with that.
Why was that your response?
This is like superstitious nonsense. You know, I'm not a fan of superstitious nonsense. Yeah, people die every fucking day. Fucking millions of people die every day. You picked out 3 of them. Good job. Congrats. I know 3 of them. Yeah, there's some fucking poor drummer who died the other day that you don't know. Is it death of 4? No, stop it.
A lot of people surprised by the news. Bell saying, "What is going on in my world today?" Part Driver Finisher says, "Stuff Jimmy wants to say is probably going to slip out eventually throughout the show." I'm sure of this.
No,
actually sure of this.
No. As long as we keep it clean, I'll be clean.
Okay, sure. Bell says, "Oh, and I heard about Hulk Hogan. I'm still shocked." Oh, what happened in the football world today? I don't know what happened in the football world today. Volub says, "Yeah, because Terry is going to do a rap album."
I know. Like Macho Man's going to do a rap album. Oh, wait.
Macho Man did do a rap album. Be a man, Hogan. Romeo says, "Rest easy." I'll laugh my ass off. We also got Dion Jenkins. This is my last memory of Hogan was booing him at Raw in January.
You killed Hulk Hogan.
The boos killed him?
It's not Hulk Hogan anymore. Were they trying to start a wrestling promotion?
Yeah, real American freestyle wrestling.
Hogan can catch a break. I mean, Bischoff can catch a break. God damn.
We got King Potato says, it's crazy to me that people will sit here and give him credit after all the fuck shit he's done. We're going to say some nice things about Trump when he goes to fuck all these ghouls, in my opinion.
Right there, King Potato. I like the interview. So make sure we keep it everyone. Don't mind me.
Are you writing down the comment?
I'm writing down King Potato and a check mark for the proper energy of Hulk Hogan. And make sure we keep it all around.
Chuck Berry says, no, I agree with what you said. Hulk Hogan is most likely, and I think it's not really that much of a debate. He is the most important and influential professional wrestler ever. There wouldn't be the rock and wrestling boom period, WrestleMania, the NWO, WCW's boom period in the 90s.
Insane.
He was responsible for a lot, and he had, and despite not a lot of his matches being all that what you would call good to great matches, he has some of the most important matches in wrestling history. Whether it's Andre at WrestleMania 3, whether it's Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6, the Mega Powers exploding at WrestleMania 5, the Rock match at WrestleMania 18, and that's like a 20-year span of just huge, ginormous matches in WCW. The Sting match at Starrcade, 1997. Him and Ric Flair at Bash at the Beach, 1994. The Dennis Rodman tag team matches in 97 and 98. Jay Leno matchup in 98 as well. Like, all of those are some of the biggest. Goldberg in the Georgia Dome. Some of the biggest matches, some of the most important matches in wrestling history. But I think that it's similar to conversations that we've had on this show about Chris Benoit, that Chris Benoit is a horrible person that did a horrible thing, but he also was one of the best wrestlers that we ever seen. It's a balance act of Hulk Hogan accomplished all these things, but he also was a racist, horrible person that treated a lot of people badly.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to I don't want to say not. I don't really call it praise. It's just the fact. Like me saying Benoit's a murderer and Benoit is fucking 5'8". I'm not praising Benoit. It's just what happened. I say he's a murderer and he's a fucking splendid professional wrestler. It's just the truth. I'm not praising him. Hulk Hogan's the most important professional wrestler ever. One of the greatest professional wrestlers ever. It's just a fact. And he's 6'4", whatever. These are facts. Sorry. So you don't like it. It's not my fault. Oh, did you freeze? I gotta tell you, since he froze, I'm gonna talk about something that happened on I forgot what day it was. They were doing an Impact review, and I said I was gonna talk about Swerve, so I decided to talk about Swerve, and I asked the question. I forgot who it was. I forget her name. I'm not, you know what? That's what you could mention when he comes back. And when I asked about the Swerve thing, I got the most jarringly stupid response I could ever get. I did not think it was going to be that fucking dumb. I was expecting something coony, but not dumb. And I got both. I was very impressed.
Huh?
Oh, you're back. Oh.
Who are you talking about?
Whatever her name is. Cresta.
Why are you bringing that up?
You disappeared. I was allowed to talk about anything I wanted to talk about. Yeah. You ever have something just knock a thought out of your head? That's what happened. Sorry, that's a good joke. We got to join this conversation halfway. Just knocked it right out of my head.
He's like, I got no censor. I got no filter for me, so I can say what I want to say.
Guys, I was ready to attack Coon, and then I heard what I heard and went, Coon isn't even an issue. This motherfucker might be an idiot. Holy shit.
Why are you calling people idiot? You don't know her.
Because they say idiotic things. What do you mean?
I don't understand.
You can fucking whatever and say you have no involvement in this at all. But I'm not gonna pretend something idiotic, not idiotic. Jarringly stupid. jarringly. It's like scarily stupid. Are you joking? No, she's being serious.
No, she literally like you said, tap dance around it. She was like, I'm not gonna get into it.
She said
knew what she was trying to do.
if I had an Asian ex, I would have called him Asian and ugly. Now let's pretend like that's true. It isn't, but let's say it absolutely fucking was. When was the last time you ever heard that? And then let me ask you the last time you heard black and ugly from any number of people growing up in your fucking life. It's a jarringly fucking stupid statement. I'm not entirely sure what you want me to say about it. I'm not giving her a pass. I'm sorry. I don't care if she works at the channel. She can work for my mom. I don't give a fuck.
She doesn't work for the channel. She's a star. She works in several other places.
She's a star?
No, that's what Frantic World says. I'm reading the comment.
Well, I'm glad you guys approve. I'm become less and less shocked every fucking day. It's a little sad. I ain't gonna hold you.
We got a couple of more comments to read about Hogan. We got Romeo who says Rick outlasting Hogan is wild. Rick's kicked out at 2 so many different times. It's ridiculous.
Rick might not die.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Starting to consider this at the very least. Should have died in what was the plane crash? 79? It's not really possible. I'm not entirely sure he can die.
It just reported he's cancer free now.
Go ahead.
We got Alexander. He says, "Chic, fuck the Hulk Hogan." Yes. Two Stone to Care says, "God was like that. It doesn't work for me, brother."
I'm glad you guys are having a blast.
Yeah, this is true. Alexander saying Benoit is hard to even talk about. I think Hogan's gonna get like that.
Why? Why though? Because people get upset? Who cares? Fuck them. Fucking truth. He's a fucking murderer. And one of the best wrestlers ever. Why is this complicated? I don't understand.
I mean, people are going to bring up what they want to bring up. You can't control how people feel about this. I just say I am tapped into Black Twitter, and Black Twitter is treating this like it's someone tweeted out, and I quote, "It feels like a second Juneteenth."
That's absolutely beautiful. Hope all those coons have a good time. Not all of them. A couple of them were on up and up.
We got another super chat donation here from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander, for the support.
Serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Alexander says, LOL TNA, laughing emoji, bitch off, is wild for saying TNA can be number 2 with a TV deal. But did you hear what Bischoff had to say on Ariel Wani's show?
I did not.
Yeah, he basically said that that with the right TV deal, TNA can be a legitimate number 2 and bypass AEW. He says they make stories that are more widespread for a bigger audience than AEW.
I'm not going to attack the last part of that statement because I don't watch TNA, so I'm in no position to say that's true or not. I will say first part of that statement's probably not possible. I mean, assuming they get the WWE bump, by WWE bump, I mean they send a bunch of NXT guys over there. You're meeting halfway between NXT and TNA, which is not enough to overtake AEW.
Yeah, you were one of the first people that I ever heard that said, and I've seen a lot of people say it like this week especially, but I was like, Jimmy was one of the first people who said that. It says the gap between WWE and AEW is actually smaller than the gap between AEW and TNA.
Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly. Oh, I don't remember. We just did the math. Dynamite, Raw does, let's say 4 times what Dynamite does. I don't know what the fuck TNA does, but I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure Dynamite does more than 4 times what TNA does. If I had to guess. We'll take a shot at it. I guess that's to be the case.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And in the US, I don't think Raw does that even 4 times that much anymore, it seems. from the Netflix numbers because now it's on like a global scale, but they do give you the how much people watching in the US and how much people are watching globally now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know the numbers?
I think the lowest one, I think they were under 1 million in the US for the lowest one.
Okay, so let's do apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. What's SmackDown do these days? I think I saw 1.5.
1.5. I think they've gone as low as like 1.2.
So let's call it 2.8 times.
Yeah, they do twice as much. That's for sure.
No, it's definitely more than twice as much. 600 times 2 is 1.2. 1.2 is an egregious rating. No disrespect.
But I'm talking about Raw.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck. So we're going to SmackDown. What the fuck happened?
I know you said you were going to SmackDown, but what I was originally making the point of is Raw. I know you wanted to switch and go that way, but I was sticking on what I originally said. But we got this is a good point. I don't understand. I think Jimmy might be right. He's gonna outlive us all. Vince outlived Hogan.
Well, Vince enjoys life, so that's not surprising. You know what? So does Rick. Maybe that's the key to it.
Yep.
Pussy's the key.
Hogan doesn't enjoy life. He's trying to protect himself. He's trying to protect his legacy and stuff, brother. We got other people in the chat here. Patriarchy Finisher says they could be number 2 and whatever the fuck, but in terms of quality, who could give 2 flying fucks?
It's a fair point. I gotta be honest with you. I haven't liked anything I've seen since Evolution.
What? From
wrestling.
Oh.
Period. So you can argue about quality all you want. I hate all of it.
I know you hate all of it. I did not enjoy Raw and NXT this week for sure. Raw, this I don't know what happened on Raw. I'm usually a Monday night guy. Raw I feel is the best show as far as like quality. I didn't even have anything for me to even message you about and be like, let's talk about it.
It felt weird. Punk and Gunther was fine for what it was, but it felt like we had 5 weeks to go into SummerSlam. We don't.
It felt like an email. They didn't say anything. They just said, I'm the best in the world. No, I'm the best in the world because I have accolades. You're the best in the world because they cheer for you.
What are you supposed to say? Argue about a bracelet?
I just wanted some type of story. You only have 2 Raws to sell me on this matchup, and it's not a match that needs much selling, but it didn't even feel like they tried.
I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet. You're an old man. What do you want?
Yeah, I would have rather that. That's better.
What he said.
That's not what he said.
That's what he said.
I literally
all
read
you
out
do
what
is
he
care
said.
you care about these fucking losers, and you need them. I don't. I'm the shit. What do you need in that?
I just wanted something else. It didn't even sound like they were passionate about what they were saying. Punk felt like he was reading from a script, and that's not the best version of
CM Punk. I don't care about the feeling.
I just wasn't feeling it. Patriarchy Finisher says TNA stands withered already, saying TNA is number 2 with the WWE alignment. TNA is just dumb. Did you hear about the whole TNA Slammiversary and them not putting the title on Santana in New York?
I did.
And keeping it on Trick?
As much as I wanted to join you all, it's TNA wanted to care. 2, and perhaps more importantly, so what? Now what? People that don't watch TNA are going to continue not watching TNA? Are they going to run TNA fans off after however many fucking years you've been sticking around watching TNA? Who cares? This is nonsense. You didn't get your moment. You can cheer in front of fucking how many thousand people? Enough. It's fake outrage. It's not fake outrage. It's real outrage because you're nothing better to do. She's talking about fucking TNA. Who cares? Good Lord. Sorry.
Greg Carter II says MLW is closer to TNA than TNA is to AEW. I can see that.
That'd be nice. I don't know anything about MLW. I don't know TNA. I wish I didn't know anything about AEW. But here we fucking are. Deal with what I can. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm gonna let you guys get a couple more off before I start shitting on AEW. Because I can't let you guys keep getting away with this. Fucking motherfuckers acting very bold. Say that nigga who shows up with his girl act like she the shit. This bitch is a 7. If you don't stop, we got a real issue.
Big Man Does says NXT was one of the funniest shows I've seen all year. Haven't watched Raw and SmackDown in months, and I thought NXT sucked this week. They had Undertaker fucking burying Trick Williams, Bully Ray getting involved in stories, Michelle McCool getting involved in stories. Santino getting a shot at a title in the year of our Lord 2025. And this is the developmental. This is where the new stars are at.
Trick will be fine. Guy said they're all fucking Braun Breaker. He got chokes then. He'll be fine.
And they haven't brought it up since. They just
why would you? Here to pop a rating.
Because it's supposed to also give them a rub. That's what they always say. It's giving them a rub.
That's what who always says. Please not WWE, I hope.
Shawn Michaels and all the management always said this is Trick working with one of the biggest legends of all time.
Yes, and an extra 100,000 people saw. It's the only rub he's gonna get. Who cares?
These short 2 to 3 week builds are killing the hype for these matches. We got King Potato says, why didn't Punk talk about Gunther's weak neck and how he would make him tap with the Anaconda Vice?
Aren't you guys that freaked out when fucking Punk shoved that nigga down? Now he's gonna fucking call him a bitch, say him to break your neck, knock it off. Stop it. This was Gunther's time to look strong verbally.
Didn't make him look strong to me, but each his own. Christopher says, I love NXT because of JC Jane. That's good. JC Jane, double champion.
Sure.
And Dion says, Trick Williams reminds me of Booker T. I mean, he was wearing Booker's robe at TNA Slammiversary, so.
Trick Williams reminds me of Booker T too, and the fact that he's black and he's a wrestler. A whole lot of stuff. Like, I don't know. Wrestling, that would probably help. No disrespect. Trick is charismatic. He's charismatic, Booker is.
Yeah.
I think we have forgotten after the last part of his WWE run, Booker T is a very good professional wrestler. Absurdly athletic. I can knock it off.
And Big Man Dog says Arn Anderson of the women's division, JCJ. Solid hand.
I know nothing about her, except that she's been there forever.
Solid hand. I agree. But let's talk about AEW Dynamite from last night, or is there anything else you wanted to mention or bring up besides trying to insult people?
Trying to insult people? Okay. I left you out of it. You have to put into it. That's not anything on there. No, I just don't want to talk about fucking AEW.
Why you didn't tell me you didn't want to show up today?
I never want to show up. The last couple weeks, at the very least. Good Lord. Nonsense. Fucking nothing shows.
I guess that's the show today, guys. Thanks for showing up. That's Jimmy. Oh, what did you think about the crowd in Chicago last night?
Quieter than last week. Can I blame them? Really? No.
Okay. AEW came on the air with Excalibur telling us breaking news as they have a tag team title eliminator tournament is set to start this evening, culminating at Forbidden Door in London on August 24th. The only teams that we know of the bracket that they showed was FTR versus the Jet Speed, which will be competing on the show tonight. I thought it was hilarious that they showed us a bracket with nobody on it except for the teams that were wrestling on today's show.
Yes, it's beautiful. Brilliant. It's probably still getting figured out, which I don't mind. Fuck it, figure it out.
I think they said that part of the reason was because Colton Gunn got injured on Collision, and the Guns were supposed to be a part of the tournament.
Is he really hurt? Like for real?
Yeah, he got injured in the 4-way
Good
$200,000 four-way that they did on Collision.
$200,000. Right, I did hear that. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! What's up with this lack of giving a fuck about the things you do in general? Like, why is there no follow through on the things that you potentially have set up? You're gonna pay somebody an absurd amount of money, something they'd make in a half a fucking year in one fucking night. Shouldn't that affect this character on TV? Like, a little? Even a smudge? Even a tiny bit? Shouldn't we care about this at all? Shouldn't Tekla be paying these two bums $50,000 for the help? Like, I don't. What are we doing? I'm so annoyed. I'm so bothered.
Well, at least we got some follow up to the $200,000. We know what that's being spent on from GOA. We would get that on the show. They're reinvesting in their hood.
Shoot me, please.
Dion says that faction is cursed. It seems so. Everybody in the faction has gotten hurt in the last year. Jay, Juice, and now Colton. And Romeo says, I think Dead Hulk Hogan got more enthusiasm for this show than Jimmy. Dead Hulk Hogan got more enthusiasm for wrestling this week than Jimmy.
Yeah. I don't ask for much. I can't even get much. Can't even get that. You would think after All In, off that show, and all the people busting a nut to it, now's the time to fucking take off. We're running now. You don't got time for no bullshit.
You hated that too. You hated All In too.
I didn't watch it. That's not true. I didn't watch it. I hated it.
You didn't care about it.
So what? I'm not talking about caring about it. So you're saying these two shows have been quality shows? These have been appropriate shows? Please not tell me you're interrupting for 7.5 shows. You gave last week 7.5. What'd you give this week?
What did you give it?
The same as I gave last week, a 7. Even Louisville gave it a 7.5. Knock it off. Can I finish? After All In, you're going to take off fucking running. Instead, we're just hanging out. You ain't doing nothing. Good Lord. That's the time to put your foot in the neck. See if you can make up some ground. See if you can do something. No. Here's what we've been doing. No Death Riders. Hangman's fun. I like Hangman. Nonsense. Lord. Some JF.
Okay. Renee Paquette, she approached Hangman Adam Page backstage, asking why he took this matchup against Wheeler Yuta on the show tonight, despite not being in the best condition after the past few weeks coming off the heels of All In. Page brought up the Death Riders attacking his friend Colt Cabana on AEW Collision last Saturday, and he wants revenge tonight. In walks MJF, and MJF tells Seabiscuit that he will beat Page for the AEW World Title, and he doesn't have to use his contract that he won in the Men's Casino Gauntlet at All In to do it. Page says that MJF is a child, a facade, and a gutless coward as he walks off, and he says that no, he will have to use the AEW World Title contract if he wants this title, while MJF looked back at him angrily. What did you think about this interaction between the two?
That was good. Second best part of the night. For however long this was, a minute and a half. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Hangman came across like the top guy in the company, and MJF came across like a scumbag. I'm glad that he was called out. More of that would have been great. There was not more of that.
Then we get the opening contest. Hangman Adam Page going one-on-one with Wheeler Yuta. Immediately, as Hangman's making his entrance, Yuta comes from the crowd and attacks him from behind. He hits a dive before Page quickly gained control as the match officially begun. He hits him with a springboard lariat to the floor, chucking Yuta into the barricades. Back inside, Page lit up Yuta with some chops. He hits a Death Valley driver for a near fall. Yuta rakes his eyes and then went to charge him, but Page just hits him with a huge lariat, buckshot lariat, 1, 2, 3. Hangman Adam Page completely dominates Wheeler Yuta, beating him in under 3 minutes. Post-match, you get Page grabs the steel chain that he came to the the ring with. He grabs it, and it's the same steel chain that he used to defeat Jon Moxley at AEW All in Texas. He wraps it around his fist, and he starts cracking Yuta with it, delivering punches and bunches, busting Yuta open.
Fucked his wrist up.
He then grabs the steel chain and wraps it around Yuta's neck. He fakes like he's going to hang Yuta, but then he axes him. He screams to him that no one is coming to save him. We get "You deserve it" chants for Yuta from the Chicago crowd, and then Page slowly lets him go and then slowly walks away with the chain and the AEW World Title in hand. Yuta is left bloody in the ring as Page gets the win and gets a measure of revenge after the attack on Colt Cabana. I was quite surprised of how quick this match went. I usually expect AEW to always have longer matches than they should be, and this was a match that didn't need to be over 3 minutes, and it wasn't over 3 minutes, so I was quite surprised by that. What did you think?
That was a surprise. You can say that they're learning, but I doubt it. I'm not going to do that. That's going to be we're going to say a pleasant surprise here around 3 minutes. Post-match, that's where shit gets rough. Let's forget his Jon Moxley-like punches to Wheeler Yuta, which we're going to say is because he didn't want to accidentally fuck Yuta up, being extra careful. So we're blaming on the direction of using that shot when Hangman is tapping him as lightly as he possibly can. Why did he hang this cocksucker? Someone explain this to me? Like, I mean...
He's just a follower. He's not the leader. Boycott Activision.
You ever heard of the Nuremberg trials?
No.
It's when the trials for Nazis. You didn't kill them because they were the leader. You killed them because they're Nazis. Wheeler Yuta is part of Nazism. You fucking execute him. That's how that works. It's his fault. You're a grown fucking man who chose to follow a psychopath. You get executed. That's how that works. Good Lord. You can say he has a conscience, which is what I thought they were going to say. Boycott Activision. I didn't need the sassiness with it, but sure. But I don't like it. Sorry.
I did. I thought I liked all the presentation of Hangman on the show, to be honest. What do we got next? We get backstage. Athena is basically giving Billie Starkz a quiz, rallying off different questions to her. She asks her who she is, and she goes through all of her catchphrases, her nicknames, calling her the Minion Overlord, the Fallen Goddess, the Forever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. And she asks her what does Toni Storm have, and she says that she has her Forever AEW Women's World Championship. He asks who Toni Storm is, and Billie says that she's a musty asshole. She then asks her what AEW stands for, and she says Athena Elite Wrestling. Stark says that she's going to beat Toni Storm tonight, but Athena corrects her, saying that she must take Storm out. Athena holds the pen with all the power, and tonight she could cash in on Storm if she so chooses. Any thoughts?
You gonna pretend she's not wearing the fucking shark thing on her fucking head?
I was waiting for you to say it.
She got the whole promo. I'm not supposed to acknowledge this nonsense. What was I gonna say? What was the Superman stuff? That last week or the week before? Where Superman sponsored the AEW.
No, that was like 3 weeks ago.
What is with capitalism getting further and further into my wrestling? This is becoming more and more fucking egregious by the day. It's a little disturbing. Do I hear less complaints about this than I do about a shitty looking ring? This is bothering me. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh, the promo was fine. They clearly worked together quite a bit. I was gonna say I like the chemistry. That's a bit strong. They've worked together quite a bit. You tell they have a certain time again.
And then we get next the second matchup on the card: FTR, Dax Hardwood and Cash Wheeler versus Jet Speed, Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight in the first matchup of the AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator matchup. Stokely came out on crutches, selling the spear that he took from Adam Copeland last week. FTR tried a shatter machine early on after jumping Jet Speed right at the opening bell, but Knight made the save and Bailey nearly got a schoolboy for a 2. We get a thrust kick German suplex combination by Jet Speed on Harwood, who is still hasn't taken off his ring jacket at that point. Jet Speed then hit dueling dives as Bailey came up limping in the process. We get multiple replays of that. We got knife edge chops from Dax back inside on Bailey. Taz said that it's a good way to lose an areola, and you can hear that chop in Champaign, Illinois. Harwood wanted a power driver on the floor, but Bailey hit a backdrop on both FTR members as Bailey leaped for the tag to Knight as things went to commercial break. Back from break, Knight fought off the powerplex as Bailey laid out Wheeler with a top rope Hurricane Rana. We get dueling missile drop kicks from Jet Speed, who were very, very much on the same page in this matchup. Harwood responded with a dragon screw in the ropes, zoning in on the leg back inside of Knight. Harwood tried to get a fan to high-five him, instead flipped him off, and then sank in a figure 4 around the ring post. We get dual sharpshooters from FTR on Jet Speed, one on the outside with Cash Wheeler having Bailey while Knight is in the ring in the sharpshooter. He eventually is able to get to the ropes. We get the first part of the powerplex connects, but Knight got his knees up on a diving Wheeler, allowing Bailey to come off the top rope with a shooting star press. Things were returned from the second break with Bailey hitting a wild corkscrew springboard dive, moonsault to the outside, almost hit right in front of the commentary table. Bailey rolled through a shooting star press attempt back inside, but fired off a punt kick onto Dax, followed by a standing shooting star double knees for a near fall. We get machine gun kicks ramped up as Knight made the tag, and then they hit a doomsday elevated drop kick, but Wheeler broke the count. Wheeler was backdrop clear over the ring attendance table as Bailey leaped over it onto Wheeler. Back inside, you get Knight tried for the UFO splash, but Dax was able to get his knees up. He gets an inside cradle for a 2 count. Harwood tried a bounce back powerbomb, but Knight was able to roll through into a pinning attempt for a near fall. Bailey tried to fly in with a Hurricane Rana, but Harwood was successful in breaking that up. And then he finally hits the bounce back power bomb, but he couldn't get the cover as Knight comes through. He gets a crucifix pin for a near fall, but then we get a reversal of a victory roll by Harwood, and he holds on to Stokely, putting the crutch in the ring to hold it on for leverage as he gets the 1-2-3 for FTR to steal the win here. I thought this was an awesome matchup. I thought they worked really well together. You had the high-flying, speedy hybrid team versus a more old-school grounded team, and they worked really well with each other. And I thought this was probably the loudest that the crowd got outside of like Hangman segments on this show. Post-match, you get Tony Schiavone. He reluctantly came into the ring to interview Stokely about what happened last week with Adam Copeland, who was getting booed out the building. He said that Copeland belongs in jail and had no business putting his hands on him last week. Copeland is a loser, a horrible human being, and a cancer to AEW. This brings out the music of Adam Copeland as the fans start singing along with his theme song. He was going to come to the ring with a mic in hand, but Stokely reminded him to stop right there and cut his music. Stokely said last week he made it clear Copeland is not allowed to be in the vicinity of FTR. Copeland forgot, but said he made a business deal with some gentleman whose business is hurting people. This hit the music of the Hurt Syndicate as FTR were none too pleased to see them. They come out. Copeland shakes hands with MVP as Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin remove their title belts and come to the ring, and the fight is on. We get a brawl between FTR and the Hurt Syndicate until referees hit the ring soon after to separate all four to little success. The Hurt Syndicate stand tall on the ramp as Copeland tried to hit another spear on Hathaway, who pulled the security guard in his way to take the bullet, and Copeland stands tall in the ring, staring down on FTR from the ring. Like I said, I really enjoyed the matchup. I thought it was a great match. I thought all four men worked really well with each other. They had the nice chemistry and the nice little styles clash in that matchup. The post-match didn't make a lick of sense to me at all. I thought Stokely was great on the mic, but Copeland, the babyface, hired the Hurt Syndicate. So, one, Copeland, how are you the babyface when you're hiring people to beat up other people? Two, when did they finally relent that Hurt Syndicate are baby faces? 3, when did Hurt Syndicate become APA? And 4, I understand they wanted to set up, I guess, interaction between Hurt Syndicate and FTR, but you're basically giving away that FTR is winning this tournament, and this is the matchup that you're going to do at Forbidden Door. So the post-match did not work. The match did. What did you think?
I actually thought it was a great match. I love the match. The match of the night. Spoiler alert. Match of the week. I'm still SmackDown enough. So it's my match of the week. Oh, and Collision.
You're not going to watch SmackDown.
And Collision.
You're not going to watch Collision.
We have a show that's not very good in SmackDown and a show that people pretend is very good in Collision. I will not be watching. So this is the match of the week. Calling it here and now. This is fantastic. I thought their styles clashed rather perfectly. I forget how good FTR is when they are in their heel bag, and it was very well done overall. They did something about them. It was an adherence to the rules, the not actual rules, wrestling rules, like professional wrestling kayfabe rules. That just works. It makes them very different. I thought Jesse was good here too. Being walked through this match, we'll say. I don't want to sound rude, but I can't think of a better way to put that.
I thought this was one of the best performances Speedball's had since he signed. I thought he was great in this match.
I wanted to say that. I totally forgot. As I was waiting for this argument. This is the best Speedball performance I've ever seen. Please don't bring up the Will Osprey match. That match is overrated. I said it once. I'm saying it again. This was the best Speedball performance ever that I've seen. Maybe there was something back in '95. But I don't know about that. I'm talking about this one. This was fucking great.
He wasn't around in 1995.
Back in 95, he was killing it.
95.
I can see all you losers already. You ain't see him in Japan back in 97? Shut up. Cares. Talking about here and now. Best performance. Post-match, first of all, Edge almost spearing keep on Edge. Yeah, I'm keep on Edge. Edge almost spearing Stokely would work. Except he just got speared last week, didn't he? So, like,
yeah.
What are we doing? This was Edge continuously trying to spear him. He just can't. That'd be interesting. That's not what happened. Where he fucking busted a load already. And number 2, when they said when the Hurt Syndicate came out, I said, "Holy shit! Something happened somewhere. What the fuck? Edge hired these heels? Was MVP just sitting on the crowd a couple weeks ago? What the fuck is going on?" And now, I had such high hopes for Bobby Lashley when he came in. I did. I thought he was never going to take a bump. We don't have no matches on TV. We don't do nothing unless we fight Kenny Omega or MJF or somebody. And here he is playing the Bradshaw to Shelton Benjamin's Farouk. Good Lord Almighty. He botched the Hurt Syndicate. Good Lord. Back in WWE, they used to take. I don't give a fuck what they used to do then. These niggas are gigantic here. Fucking the Big Show and Kane walking around this bitch. And we're fucking the APA. Good Lord. Horrible.
I was so confused with this post match. This post match just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you talk about the spoiling of FTR and Hurt Syndicate. That's how I feel. Like, I figured that'd be the match. But you don't have to tell me.
Yeah, you don't have to be that blatant. And it felt like too soon. Like you couldn't come up with something else to do. Like, you could do this like 2 weeks from now, when you're closer, when they're like in the semifinals, going to the finals of the tournament. After the first round, after their first win in the tournament, you're telling us they're the team that's going to win? Mind you, we don't know any other teams in the tournament now.
Well, I can tell you now, it won't be anybody important. I'll tell you that. It won't be fucking the Bucks or people. It'd be fucking bums. No disrespect. No.
But yeah. And this match was so good that I was like, should this be the first match of the tournament? This feels like something that should have been like the semifinals or finals. Like this is up there for the best like 2-on-2 tag team match they've had on Dynamite this year.
That's true.
The only other matchup that I remember that was this good tag team wise was Bucks versus Jet Speed.
Don't you like the FTR and what's his face?
Dynamite. Dynamite.
Oh. That wasn't on Dynamite?
I
watched it.
No, that was on Collision. No, because I told you it was on Collision. It was on Collision.
Right. You told me to watch it.
Yeah. We got another super chat donation here from our boy Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support.
Listen up, you prick.
Dion says, 1, Hurt Syndicate as a mercenaries would be interesting. 2, setting up a few challengers for MJF champ, Hangman, Lashley. 3, MJF may align with FTR, bringing back the Pinnacle.
This is all interesting stuff. Number 1's not interesting. I'm sorry. I don't find them as mercenaries very interesting.
Yeah, me either.
And then 2 and 3, I don't see happening.
Yeah, I definitely don't see 3 happening. And 2, they've already done this. MJF's in like 4 different feuds right now. Like they added the 4th on this show, but he was already in 3 different feuds with Hangman, Mystico, and Mark Briscoe. Like, does he need more setup for stuff? Like, Jesus.
Yeah. I must say, I do appreciate the sports entertainment nature of this Edge nonsense. I just don't think it's very well done.
No. I don't think this was very well done. I will say that this segment, though, made basically parlayed into one of the better segments on the show later with the backstage segment that we're going to talk about.
Wow.
With MJ. I thought that was actually well done. Because it made sense why MJF was mad. Because I would be too.
That's true.
But yes, thank you for the super chat donation, Dion. We always appreciate the support. Yeah, that's a good point. Big Man Noise says, why didn't Cope just call the ops?
Please stop thinking too hard. This is wrestling, sir. Why did you just do that thing we set up earlier?
Could have done that. We go backstage and we see the former Patriarchy. And they're saying that at All In, they took a big risk with Nick Wayne said last week. They verbally explained themselves. So on Collision, they'll prove it physically.
Can we change this picture, please?
They will prove they are capable of doing when they don't have to answer to a patriarch nor being uncaged. So it looks like their new name is going to be Uncaged.
That's a jarringly weird looking person. I don't mean to be weird.
Why not really judge people? You're very quick to judge.
Did I call this last time? I said it was over? I don't remember if I said it or not. But I'm saying it now in case I didn't say it last time. It's over. This thing is over. This is Jack Perry, leather jacket, glasses, coming out to Beethoven. It's over. Oh, shit. I was pushing for the heel turn. You know I was. Then I saw it. I'm like, you know what? I made a horrible mistake. Call it. I'm going. And I'm calling this. This is done. This group doesn't work. First of all, look at the group. It's a non-wrestler with 2 bums. Like, this is a terrible idea. Christian is really carrying
not
this
a bum.
group. Nick Wayne's
not a bum.
Nick Wayne's a bum. He's the ROH what champion? The TV champion? You're a bum. You should have said you're the ROH, you're a bum. Sorry. Unless the next words are women's champion, you're a bum. Sorry.
Bandito's really good. We've established that.
Sure. Whatever. Listen, I don't mean bum. I don't mean bum talent-wise. I mean bum kayfabe-wise. Who is this guy? And why should I be listening?
Okay.
You're not important. You're not impressive. You don't win matches on your own, number one. And the people you do beat aren't impressive to begin with. No disrespect. Sorry. No, thank you. This is done. Maybe Christian can save this. Christian has worked miracles before, but I don't see it. I'm sorry. Please stop giving him TV time. Please stop letting him talk. Send that nigga to fucking NXT and then get him back.
We hear from the former AEW World Champion Jon Moxley. Moxley is backstage with Marina Shafir, and he says that Hangman Page fought the fight of his life at All In, digging deep down to find something he never knew was there. Moxley said that it was good, and he says it was good. Get up and do it again tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that, and the day after that. Moxley admits that he lost, but no reason to be a bitch about it. So why avoid a rematch? As the credits don't roll, the cowboy won't ride off into the sunset. Moxley asks a lot from the people around him, but even more of himself. A mistake was made, but it's nothing that can't be fixed. By the end of tonight, we will find out if the Hangman Adam Page who rode into All In, into Arlington, Texas, is the same one who rode out of All In, Texas. Yes, you didn't like it.
These promos are definitely written beforehand. He must have wrote like 10 of them a year ago, and he's just going through them because they no longer match with his actions of any kind. This is a promo you should have heard from a heel Goldberg in '99. This coming from a man who frequently cheats and does whatever he takes to win, act like he's just impossible fucking badass who just had an off night. What the fuck is he babbling about? This is jarring. Why avoid a rematch? What is that? Why would you avoid a rematch? You don't have the belt. Of course you want a rematch. You want the belt back. What the fuck are you talking about, sir? Good.
And he hasn't avoided a rematch. You never even challenged him.
What is he talking about? He's in a cave and just wrote shit down. Listen, he's a great promo in a vacuum. Wrestling doesn't take place in a vacuum. We're forced to watch the shit he does and then he speaks. Good Lord. This is. I'm not gonna, by the way, I've seen it on Twitter, and I'm not gonna let these fucking sickos get away with this. We're not gonna fucking fake reassess Moxley's heel run. His fake time. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're gonna pretend the shit was good the whole time. We're not doing that. I'm not falling for it. We're not doing. No, absolutely not. Knock it off. Outside of the Edge part, it's been really good. No, it hasn't. Stop.
No,
stop it.
The first half of this run, it got better after Dynasty. And I credit Samoa Joe, Will Osprey, Swerve Strickland, and Hangman Adam Page for that. Not as much as I do. For
absolutely.
Moxley in the Hangman match, that's an all-time performance from him. I will say, especially the panic in the cell of the hanging is one of my favorites all time.
Sure. So we're going down to. Did we talk about the racist motherfucker earlier? Did we talk about Hulk Hogan changed the wrestling this different ways? And now we're talking about Moxley's facial performance as he gets choked. Come a long way. It's like the downfall of wrestling in 30 years in like 2 segments. It's kind of impressive.
To you, yes. Davion says
millions of people watching now to his facial reaction in front of 12 people. Who cares? Enough of this.
It was not 12 people, but okay.
Davion
says this Death Rider storyline was heinous. This revisionist history gotta stop. So he agrees.
Thank you, sir. As does everybody. Pays attention.
You're actually right, Louise. I should have gave him a disclaimer for earlier.
Which part?
The moment.
I didn't say anything rude about Hogan. I didn't say anything rude about Hogan or Benoit or.
You said stuff rude about other people, but yeah, the moment's gone. I didn't have.
Coons aren't people. Never forget it. You
just can't help yourself. You really can't.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I was gonna give her a pass. I thought maybe I just caught her on the spot. Let me catch somebody on the spot. You know, talk what they say. I understand.
You have no right to call her an idiot. That's what you could say all you want if you feel like
Whoa,
you were defending him. Call him
whoa.
Coon, but an idiot. I don't think you know her enough.
First of all, how is idiot better than Coon? Number one, I mean worse than Coon rather. Number one, and number two, and more importantly.
But I just know you. If you defend a Coon, you're a Coon to you. I understand. That's what I was saying.
Did you hear what fucking you said? If you defend a Coon, you're a Coon to you. You don't think that's just general common sense? If you defend a Coon, you're a Coon. You don't think so? You think it's like
common sense to me? It might not.
I'm asking a question. Like if you defend a murderer, you're not a murderer. I get that part. But like if you defend a racist, you're probably a racist. I think that's fair. If you defend a Coon, you're probably a Coon. I don't understand why that's not fair.
The other Mikey says Mox is as good as the guys you give him, and they were giving him cope.
Sure.
Boycott Activision says Moxley is a true heel. You weren't supposed to like it.
We're not doing this John Cena horse shit. Knock this shit off. I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not doing this with y'all. It's supposed to be badass shit. We're not doing this. It's supposed to be. We're ruining wrestling. No. Stop. No. I didn't say it was bad. I said it makes no fucking sense. This stinks. Stop.
They lost. They presented something, and the build up to him beating Brian was very well done, and him beating Brian and the whole scene at the end of Wrestle Dream, very well done. The week after, the chaos that they caused, the Elite. Remember Matt Jackson's reaction to them beating down all these bums in the ring. That was really well done. And then the week after that, you had a whole bunch of people waiting outside for them, and then they came in and they killed Chuck Taylor. And that was the downslide of the whole thing until Samoa Joe and Swerve and Will Osprey and Hangman Adam Page got involved 6 months later. So I will disagree with Jimmy for a lot of things. I won't disagree with him that yes, a large portion of the Jon Moxley title reign was not good and not well done. And it's not just Cope. It was stuff before Cope and after Cope.
It only got good once you stop focusing on Jon Moxley. Sorry. Once it became the Hangman Swerve fucking Osprey love triangle, whatever the fuck going on, then it got good.
I think there's an argument to say, was it all worth it for the moment that happened at All In? I think you can make a strong argument to that, but I don't think you can make a strong argument that, oh, it was good. You guys just wasn't supposed to like it. No, that's flawed. That's flawed logic.
And I don't believe in you have to fucking take dick of the ass. So enjoy not taking it. I don't believe in that. Sorry, I just don't. Did it have to be ass for us to enjoy the Hangman stuff? That's not how that's supposed to fucking work.
The other way, Mike. The other Mike, he says Brian was great. Then they fed him Dark Order, Orange Cassidy, and Cope. And you want to say the first half was good?
Knock it off.
Fair. That is fair. Louise says the Death Rider story wasn't like the best time ever, but the delayed gratification of Hangman opening the case really hit. No.
The case is an interesting idea. I don't hate the idea of the case.
Yeah. Will Osprey was next up. He's in the ring with Tony Schiavone, who introduces him and brings up All In and talked about the incredible tag team match he was in, but also that what the Death Riders did to him in the main event. Osprey said that Tony Khan had no idea he was showing up today, and he was very excited to see him, that he flew himself over from London and asked for 5 minutes in the ring. Osprey says that he's been struggling with his neck for 10 months and says that he never told medical as he wanted to make sure AEW got over the finish line at All In and that they retrieved the AEW World Championship. Osprey made promises to Swerve Strickland, to the fans, that he would do his part in bringing back the AEW World Championship and is proud to say that it happened. Osprey said that what the Death Riders did to him at All In, he was rushed to the hospital and learned that he has 2 herniated discs in his C2 and C4 and down his spinal column. But the doctors have informed him that it is treatable. When with therapy and treatment, fingers crossed, he says that he should be back in time for Forbidden Door. Osprey says that he wanted to take this time for 3 things. He wants to thank Swerve Strickland for everything he's done for him, as it was an honor fighting by his side at All In. The moment he's feeling, he also says that he wants to thank Hangman Adam Page. He says, Hangman, you did it. You retrieved the AEW World Championship, and he appreciates fighting by his side as well, but he still wants his rematch. And he says that the moment that he's healthy, it's an eye for an eye in regards to the Death Riders. Will Ospreay's music hits, and he goes up the ramp where he meets up with Swerve Strickland. They share a hug, and they do the Osprey part of his theme song as the fans cheer him on. I like the promo. I thought the promo, he came off as very genuine, likable babyface. But if he's being realistic and he's coming back in time for Forbidden Door, once he brought up that the reason why his neck is like that is because of the Death Riders, I was like, oh, this is a Seth Rollins. This is the Seth Rollins work. The injury, he's banged up, but I don't think he's injured. If he has 2 herniated discs in his neck, you ain't coming back in a month. What did you do?
I've gone back and forth from this promo quite a bit. Inherently, it's a good promo. Will Ospreay is a rather likable babyface. If he comes back with Forbidden Door, I don't need this promo. I don't need you to give me a long speech for how you'll be in the work next week. All right? Great. Just fucking write me a note. Gotcha. See you next week. Forbidden Door's in August, right? Am I bugging?
Yeah, the end of August.
We're at the end of July. All right. Let's get in. What the fuck? What the fuck? Good Lord. Yeah. All right. Sure. I mean, I guess I get one to hear from Osprey. If this was a work, I didn't need it at all. You know, if it's not a work, you're not making it back by Forbidden Door anyway, so who cares? And you shouldn't. Please don't go on. Please don't come back by Forbidden Door. Are the future, for better or worse, and for as long as that lasts, of AEW. If they continue to put it off as long as possible.
His body just knows to be ready.
Oh, Padre, that reminds me. I know you hate Shivani. Taz is just as bad. I'm sorry. He stinks. He hates
Taz as well. He's been shitting on Taz for weeks.
He's terrible. Holy shit.
Oh, y'all don't even know the half of it. You should hear them on the Triller feed. They're horrible. They're even worse. They're even worse when they know they're live on TV. They're even worse when they know they're not live on TBS.
Oh, where the fuck is Ian? That's some professionalism to this shit.
Can Ian not travel to Chicago or something?
Maybe. Yeah, they're all bad, but Excalibur to me is at least passable.
He is.
At least he does his job. I mean, Lord.
It's Excalibur. I think Shivani and Taz have gotten worse because it's made me appreciate Excalibur more. And I was one of those in especially 2024 where I was like, I think Excalibur's lost it. But now he's kind of balanced out to he's just fine. Sometimes he could be even good. But Taz and Tony Schiavone have not moved off of why are you even here on Wednesdays? Schiavone is and I think it's crazy because you have Schiavone working twice and he's the oldest of this team. But he's much better when he's next to Nigel because Nigel is so great. He just carries him to a victory. And so it's insane to me.
Terrible. Thought we learned something. He doesn't want to go to Chicago. Maybe he's busy. Doing what? I don't know.
Okay, this is a little too far. Mike Adley is objectively the worst announcer in wrestling history.
I can't comment on it. When was this? This the guest host edition of Raw? I didn't watch.
This 2008, 2009?
Oh, yeah. Let's let it tap out on me.
Makes sense. I don't blame you. We get a video package for the brand new duo of Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. They say during this vignette that it's only a sin to resist. They aren't friends or sisters. They have one bond, and you'll feel its effect. They have one goal, to infect the entire AEW women's division. The heart always wins, and the last thing you will see will be us three, as they are being known as the Triangle of Madness. We then immediately hear from Renee Paquette, who is backstage with Willow Nightingale.
Oh, hey, good Lord.
Willow says that she spent so much time feuding with the Death Riders and Chris Statlander, but there's a lot of good going on in AEW. She says that she's happy that Hangman Adam Page is a new AEW world champion, and that there is new world champions all around and a lot of new girls on the roster, like Tekla. Tekla, she had beat last week in the $100,000 four-way matchup, and she should have won that one, but Tekla was able to steal the victory due to her crew. So she says that if Tekla feels that spidey sense is tingling, that will be her right behind her, coming for her, and she'll see her in the ring. Any thoughts on the vignette for the Triangle of Madness, or what Willow had to say?
Triangle Madness is more spooky nonsense. I kind of hate it. Willow was good. She's always good. Not great, but she was good here. I had to watch twice. I may not be paying as close attention as I should have.
Keep your hands to your side when she's on.
My hands doesn't warm.
Oh man, we got Derek, who says Triangle of Madness ? Toxic Sisters is what I would call the group of Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart. Too close to Toxic Attraction, sorry. So not.
What about Tiny People? What about Statlander picks him up, throws him over her fucking head? Enough of these people.
You sizist. You sizist. Davion says Triangle of Madness sounds like a bad roller coaster name at my local cargo wheels. Wait, excuse me. King Petite says Willow is always good. And Davion says Willow Nightingale rules. I like the Coven. Coven, that sounds better.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, fuck with different chicks. Now they focus on Willow. Oh well. Oh, it'll be nice. We know who's running this group.
It says she goes from the African chick to the red bone chick. All right, that she's working her way through, the color beam. She started off with Jamie Hayter, and then went to Queen Aminata, and now she's somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle.
From the African chick to the red bone. I'm with you, fucking Chuck Berry's. Secretly working for Swerve. I'm here for it. I understand. I know what's going on.
Renee Paquette is back in the locker room, this time with the Hurt Syndicate, asking about their partnership with Cope earlier in the show. In walks MJF, demanding to know what the hell is going on, as he could have used them earlier in his run-in with Hangman Adam Page. And what the hell are they working with Cope for? He was like, it took him forever to get into the Hurt Syndicate, and Cope can just walk in and get their help. He was like, they should be helping him get his Triple B, the AEW World Championship, back, pointing to his contract. MVP then told him that they're in the business of hurting people. And MJF says that's cute, but how about getting in the business of getting his damn title back? MVP then asks Renee Paquette to please leave. They need a moment. Lashley gives his title to MVP, and then he just slams MJF against the lockers by the throat, saying that they don't owe him shit, as they are not his lackeys. He says he's had enough of him demanding and bossing them around, and he's only worried about one thing and getting the AEW World Championship. Lashley gave a thumbs down, saying that he doesn't want him in the Hurt Syndicate anymore, and walks off as Shelton Benjamin just shakes his head as MJF asks him, Shelton, what's going on? And then MVP just looks at him disappointed, leaving MJF furious and alone. So does this mean that this is it? That's it? That's it?
Ready?
That's it.
No.
He's out of the Hurt Syndicate already.
No. Pay attention. Lashley gave him the thumbs down. Next week they'll be shot, and then he'll beg Montel not to do it, and then Montel give it to him at whenever the fucking next big event is. I'm calling it right now. I hated this. I'm sorry. I feel like we're missing a chapter in a book somewhere. What the fuck? When did they become sick of MJF? Did I miss something? I mean, he's annoying in general, but you knew that when you signed him.
Yes. To be fair, Lashley, if you've noticed in the promos when MJF is talking, Lashley has been making faces. But I just thought that was he's just annoyed with him, but he's accepted him. They just skipped. Yeah, they did skip. They basically they could have boiled this and slow burned this, and they did just turn the heat up ridiculously and just gave us the meal.
It's better not be because Austin Gunn is hurt. Your plan shouldn't change that fucking much because Austin fucking Gunn. All of a sudden they were buying into being heels completely, and all of a sudden, essentially the baby faces now. I'm sorry. I know you said they're mercenaries and MJF's annoying, but both at the same night, nah, good buddy. Baby faces. Sorry.
Yeah, you could definitely tell they want MJF to still be a heel, but now they're finally accepting that this crowd will never boo the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, well, I told you that the first time. Cedric Alexander. You guys been saying it for forever. I don't know.
Well, he had a short stint in TNA, but he never signed a contract. I think he just worked the Slammiversary show.
What the fuck did he come to AEW to begin with?
I don't know what to tell you.
I can think of a reason. They don't want him. Sorry. I'd sign there if I had the chance.
So does this lead to a feud between the Hurt Syndicate and MJF at least?
I don't know. I gotta be honest. I don't even really care. I'm shocked by what they've done with this. Let me see. MJF need backup. Would you do the FTR thing? I wouldn't. Nobody seemed to enjoy that shit. Mostly FTR.
Maybe Stokely is the bridge, because remember Stokely said that MJF is his best friend.
Right, and they had the whole firm thing, which lasted a few weeks.
That's just anytime MJF's in a faction, it lasts about 2.9 seconds.
He is not a good politician at all. Just saying whatever he thinks out loud. Shut up. You're supposed to keep it to yourself and talk to the boss.
Everyone hates him. Everyone hates him, apparently. They can't stand this nigga. You have him. You have him. No, I don't want him.
I don't know, man. I'm not mad at it, but I think there's a good way to do this. And this is not, we're already now off to a great start.
It worked. It worked. It's something that I didn't think would work when they first introduced the story. When was this? Back in like April? Because it was like in the lead. It was in the lead up. So maybe it was like March. They started this story. March they started this story with the MVP and MJF interaction. And then it took them like another month or so ahead of Double or Nothing until they accepted MJF in. But like you went through like 2 pay-per-view cycles just with this and then said, fuck it on this one.
Yeah. Come on. Give me a little more time. Give me a month of lashing him more and more frustrated, this cocksucker.
Yeah. I do agree with you though. This doesn't seem like this is the end completely. That they're gonna slow burn it. But this felt like you went from point A to point D and just skipped B and C.
I don't know why. Whatever. Fuck it.
Because you could have done the same thing of just Lashley yoking him up instead of him saying, I want you out the group in this. You didn't have to do it this week. You could have saved that part for another week. He gets frustrated with him again and then says that. Yeah,
this kind of made Lashley look like a nut. I ain't gonna hold you. Like not a good way. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Like he has a very short temper apparently.
Yeah, that's not cool. Lashley's been the epitome of cool since he got here.
King Pate saying, what I said. He says every MJF faction doesn't go longer than a month or 2.
Which is wild because he's the perfect faction wrestler. Like, you need a bunch of bums who take pens who could wrestle every week. That's the whole point. You just can't do it.
Except this is not the faction to do that. He needs bums next to him.
Yes.
He can't be the top star with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin standing next to him.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
King Potato says, wasn't there real heat between FTR and MJF during the Pinnacle? Yeah, they didn't. Neither of them. Well, apparently MJF is just. He tried to make it all about himself, and FTR didn't like that.
Yeah, this is what I heard FTR said. First of all, I can see that, number one. And
yeah.
Two, no offense. He's the biggest star in that group. No disrespect. Yeah. Grand open, grand closing.
Grand closing. Big Man Does says, I think Toni has listened to the super niche sickos online who hated MJF being in the group. Maybe. I mean, could be true, but I enjoyed most of what they were doing together. And at least if you're going to take them out of the group, do a story. Don't just go from point A to point D. Just tell the story of him of Lashley getting frustrated with them, then Shelton gets frustrated with him, and then finally it's MVP. It's basically the reverse of the story that brought him in.
I think that's what we're going to see. Except really fast. Like the next 2
weeks. This shit's like after this segment, you would think that this shit's going to be over in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Leon says, I was thinking Wardlow too, but that wouldn't make sense considering the Devil storyline.
There's a time I really wanted Wardlow to come back to help MJF. That was when MJF was a babyface. I don't really want that as much anymore.
No. Big Man Does says, Hammerstone is available. Who else can be his bum? Richard Holiday. Just bring back the Dynasty from MLW and put it in AEW. Yeah, basically, Alexander, that's what they did. They jumped from Iron Man to Avengers. It's like, where the fuck did the Hulk and Captain America come from?
Do we know anything about Wardlow, by the way? What's going on with Wardlow?
He's doing American Gladiators.
Right, you told me this. It's just such awful news about an awful show. I totally forgot it. Fair enough.
So you think 2 weeks tops for this MJF?
Yeah, you said Forbidden Door is in August.
The end of
August. It says it's 24th, so 23rd. So 23rd was last week, and the 30th, and then the 6th of August. Yeah, it'll be over by then.
Do you think that this leads to MJF maybe costing the Hurt Syndicate the tag team titles against FTR?
We do know MJF is a bitter so-and-so. So if he gets abandoned, yes, you have made an enemy for life. I can see that. And I hope so. That could be fun.
Yeah. I think that would be the best way if you are going to connect MJF and FTR. It's through Stokely and through him helping them win the tag team titles.
That could be fun.
Yeah. And that can also distract him and delay him going after the title, because if it's just him like cashing in, I think that MJF and Hangman for the world title should be like a pay-per-view main event. You don't just blow that off on like a cash in. I'm hoping that they figure out a way for MJF to get the title match, what he's been building up of him getting a title match without using the contract. Because I know he's trying to create a scenario where he has a matchup, he loses that one, and then he immediately catches it.
I can see that. I can't think of a way for him to have a match though. Just why would he work for something he has? I mean, as a character. Interesting.
Next up, we have AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm going up against Billie Starkz in a title eliminator matchup. Athena is in the balcony watching this matchup from above. Her minion fired off some forearms early on to start as Athena looked on for approval. The brief distraction allowed Storm to get a series of near falls before both traded headlocks until a misdirection snap dropkick by Storm, leading to a backbreaker. We get the first monkey flip worked, but the second saw Starkz put the brakes on and got a few chops before sweeping the leg on the apron and then hitting a super kick and then a low tope to Toni. Running senton on the spine as Starkz stayed in control into the commercial break. Back from commercial break, we get Mongolian chops from Timeless Toni, led to a Luthes press and got the crowd amped up for Toni's comeback. Starkz threw an enziguri but ran into a huge sit-out choke bomb for a 2. Starkz avoided the TCM chicken wing and got a face buster and a neck breaker over the knee for another near fall. Storm tried a backslide, but turned it into a fisherman suplex for 2, but Starkz was up first and fired off a pump kick. Storm rolled through on a shunging driver attempt and connected with Sweet Cheeks music. She went for the Storm Zero, but Starkz got a roll-up for a 2 count. Rebound enziguri from Starkz. She wanted a swanton, but Toni got her knees up and then sank in the TCM chicken wing for the submission victory. Toni Storm picking up the win and what I thought was a solid matchup. Post-match, though, you get Storm. She was posing for the crowd, not realizing that Starkz was behind her with the AEW Women's World title and blasts her in the face with it. Starkz yelled for Athena to come to the ring as she looked on from the balcony, telling her to come to the ring to cash in her contract. The referee, Aubrey, got into Stark's face, leading to the young lady tossing Aubrey from the wing, which kind of defeated the point of Athena coming down to cash in. Athena, though, comes in with the metal contract case. She hits Toni in the face with it. She then hit double knees against the ring steps and started bashing her head into the ring set. She gets a second case shot once again and then tells Starkz to get the referee. She throws Aubrey into the ring. Athena is about to sign the contract to make the match official when the music of Alex Windsor hits. She comes down to the ring and makes the save, going after Athena. Windsor took out Athena with a headbutt and then took out Starkz with a discus lariat. Both the Overlord and the Minion retreated as Windsor helped Toni to her feet and stood tall. Enjoy this post-match to set up the Ring of Honor Women's World Title matchup, and it's due to Windsor getting her celebration interrupted by Athena on Collision. This was fine, but not the best thing. I don't want multiple cash-in attempts like they do with the Money in the Bank contract in WWE with this Athena cash-in thing. This was fine for one segment, but I fear that this is something that they're going to do more than once, which is going to get annoying.
Yeah, I think the match was particularly great to begin with, and post-match I didn't think it was great either. This feels like an issue with Toni Storm. I ain't gonna hold you. While she is far and away the most over and entertaining woman in AEW, the horizon is rather barren. I'm sorry. Stenlander and Willow are doing other things. What? I don't know. Who cares? But other things. And what are we doing? She's facing Athena. That's fun for a one-off. And then, who is this lady? Who's the ROH Women's Title contender? Is this true? What's her name?
Oh, Alex Windsor?
Yeah, like she saves Toni. Some woman that apparently nobody in this building's ever heard of before. Dead silence when she came out. What the fuck? Who's this bitch? Yeah. What the fuck is going on? I'm never sure what's next for Toni. This is why The Rock and Triple H fought each other like 5 times at the beginning of 2000. Because once Rock moves off of Triple H, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Kane. Who are the people? What? Are you serious?
I think Athena can work, but I feel like the whole contract cash-in thing is a storyline plot that AEW has not figured out.
I don't think there's a great way to ever do that. I'm sorry.
It's been done to death in WWE that there isn't a lot of interesting ways for you to do it.
Well, there is the trying and failing, which appears to be the thing here. And then if you don't do that, when there are opportune times, you look like a fucking moron, like Damian Priest did. Why aren't you just doing it now? You fucking idiot. Oh, no. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of carrying around a title shot. MJF does it right because he's MJF and all of his characters work.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Big Man Dogs, I'm with you. I said it last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, about Tony Storm becoming The Rock. Listen. No disrespect. The Rock's one of the greatest promos of all time. I said this. This is obvious. But at a certain point in time, probably the beginning of 2000, once you've heard it, you know where this goes. You know exactly what this happens. He's going to stick something up somebody's ass, something with monkey nuts, and something. And then a catchphrase and then we're out. And it gets a pop every fucking time. But you know what's coming. Sorry. Tony is great. Tits and a whore and something else. Fucking somebody with a strap on. I get you. I'm with you. I understand. I get it. I've had enough.
I disagree with this segment. Naomi's cash-in was great. Tiffany's, it's very forgettable, and it happened in.
I'm not gonna let you. No, we're not gonna let you do it. Tiffany's was dope as fuck. I love that fucking cash-in.
I like the Naomi one better.
No,
because it was a misdirection. Because everybody thought she would cash in on Tiffany and Jade.
It's not a misdirection. You guys did it to yourself. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought so too. But I give you credit for that. If you confused me, I confused me. Oh my god, this nigga, you are intentionally being dense. I'm not doing this with you. Who is this? This a frantic world burner account? I'm not doing this with you. Stop fucking acting like you didn't hear what the fuck I just said. I'm not doing this with you. Knock it off.
I disagree with your Tony point. I feel like Tony is better when she has something to sink her teeth into, has a feud or a rival that she can actually cut promos on. If she's just standard, like the victory speech from last week, a standard kind of just, oh, I've done this, I'm moving on, stuff like that. It's not going to have the weight of when she's actually has someone to aim at. I thought she was really good with her promos against Mercedes, despite not always the build, not always feeling as big as it should have been. I thought that Toni was the highlight of that with her promos. Her promos against Mariah May were fantastic. Her promos against Megan Bain. She's had some of the best promos this year. So I can't say after one not as great promo that, oh, she just has a shtick and that's it. I don't agree.
I don't say she had a stick and that's it, but she has a stick. And you know where it's going. You could map it out if you wanted to. Sexual innuendo. Gross innuendo. Then we fucking take it home.
I don't disagree.
No
I disagree with that. Then you get Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana versus Hechicero with Don Callis. Callis cuts off Justin Roberts from introducing his client so that he can do it himself, saying that Hechicero is the greatest luchador in the country of Mexico. Better than El Santo, better than Mil Mascaras, better than Bandito. Yo soy Hechicero. As Excalibur points out that Callis just said, I am Hechicero. As was bummed Callis didn't lose blood pressure in his head after that introduction. Callis joined the commentary table and called himself Bilingual Jones, which popped Taz. Callis said that Hechicero is a killer who's not worried about social media followers like Strickland is. Hechicero's picked the leg of Swerve and had a scramble, which led to an early stalemate. Strickland sank in an abdominal stretch, but Hechicero was able to get the rope break. We get a chop battle between the two until Hechicero hits the Mad Scientist bomb, which looked really good, before Strickland responded with the Tilt-A-Whirl backbreaker and a rolling suplex before we went to commercial break. Come back from commercial break and they're in a slugfest. Hechicero hits a step-up pump knee, which looked vicious, and then slammed him for a 1 count. Swerve popped right back up, daring Hechicero to keep it up. Headbutt cracked Hechicero as Swerve connected on his corner uppercut and then hit the gritty before mocking Hechicero's magical magician pose. He hits a roundhouse kick, and then Swerve went up top and hits a 450 splash, would look good for a 2 count. Hechicero's rolled through on a suplex and then popped up Strickland into a cross arm breaker into La Mascara Cradle for another near fall. Strickland kicked free and managed a rolling flatliner. He went to the top rope for the swerve stomp, but out came the Don Callis family. We get Lance Archer hitting the ring first, as well as Josh Alexander shoving Swerve off the top rope, leading to a disqualification. They jump Swerve in the ring, does Hechicero and Archer, until Brody King and Bandito hit the ring to make the save. They brawl with the Don Callis family to the backstage area. From behind, though, as Swerve is looking on, he gets waffled with the steel chair in the back by Kazuchika Okada, who once again has the best facial expressions in wrestling because this smirk popped me. He then we hear Callis crackling on commentary. So he lays down the steel chair and then wants a tombstone on the steel chair, but Swerve is able to escape. He is about to pulmonize Okada with the chair around his neck, but Okada wakes up before he can hit the house call and bails. Okada joins up with Callis and Alexander on the ramp as Swerve looks on, sitting down in the same chair that Okada used on him. I like the post-match as the second week developing this feud between Swerve and Okada. I like the match too, but I don't like the finish. I understand you're going to do Hechicero versus Bandito for the Ring of Honor World Championship, but when did y'all start caring about protecting people going for Ring of Honor World titles? Don't book the match then. Let him beat Lance Archer, Josh Alexander. Let him be someone who isn't going for the Ring of Honor World title. What did you think?
It's fine. I said I don't want to keep dogging on things, so I'll wrap it up. This is fine. I don't care about the DQ finish. DQ finishes don't bother me. I wouldn't have wasted it on fucking Hechicero, but DQ finishes don't bother me. Yeah. I don't want to be negative.
Like the TV?
It's exhausting.
I mean, you're always negative, Nancy. That's kind of your.
I don't want to be that. I don't do gimmicks. I criticize Cash for doing a gimmick. I don't do gimmicks.
Kind of who you are. You're miserable.
I don't. Yeah, bad things make you miserable. That's how that works.
You said it was fine. You didn't say it was bad.
That's why I'm not criticizing it. But I also don't have anything nice to say. No. It's fine. It's fine.
We get Big Man Dogs who says I wasn't feeling this matchup. We get Boycott Activision who says I'm sorry, Hechicero is the least athletic luchador of all time.
How old is he?
Yeah, you haven't seen some of these other luchadors.
His body tells me he's at least 40.
I'm guessing you're right. I'll double check. I'll make sure we're getting this right. I think he is 40.
Okay. Surprised when you guys agree with me on the Toni thing. Yeah, it's no disrespect. I'm not being rude. I may be being rude, but it's not on purpose. No, I love Toni. And I could listen to her talk nonsense forever, but I do know it's nonsense. Like it's a writer. Maybe it's her who's the writer because she seems like she is artistically inclined. Come up with clever ways to say the same thing over and over. It's clever, but yeah, it's a great exercise in writing. A formula is probably a better way to say it. Yes, a formula is it's a formula.
Yeah, formula sounds better than basically a shtick. Ironically enough, they don't have his age listed on Wikipedia. So he must be.
Yeah, y'all guys. You guys really didn't like this match, huh? Fair enough. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I just didn't like the DQ finish. That took it down for me. We got Yeah, we got a lot of people who rather Alexander. Swerve versus Alexander would probably slap. We got Boycott Back Division who says dude kicks like a mosquito. Davion says both of these guys can wrestle, but this match was meh. So
damn. Yeah. A lot of the show feels like it's the thing we have to build up is not going to take very long to do. So we've got quite a bit of time to film. Like the Okada Swerve stuff didn't take very long. So we're going to give this match just to kill 10 minutes. A lot of people injured. What's going on? Why does this feel so?
Yeah, a lot of people are injured or out. Samoa Joe's out because he's advertising or promoting the Twisted Metal season 2. Kenny Omega's out because he's banged up. Will Osprey's out because he's banged up. Mina's out. She injured her hand at All In.
That's go.
I'm just naming everybody who got injured. Dynamite. Cole's out with a concussion.
Cole might be out for good. Bastard. All right, fair enough. Because I remember thinking this is a really good roster. And then I watched the shows. I'm like, this is not a really good roster.
Next up, we get footage from Collision last weekend as Ricochet beating AR Fox, and then the Gates of Agony winning the $200,000 four-way tag team matchup. We get Alicia Toot is backstage with the GOA, as they call them, and Ricochet, as she introduces him first as the Gates of Agony, but Ricochet tells her that it's actually the GOA and says that maybe more people should start listening to him now. Ricochet says that they are taking their $200,000 and investing it in their futures and their quest for gold. He says that you will respect us or fear us. That's not a request. That's a demand. Aha! And he's very amazed at how good he looks, he says, mumbling, as this segment stops.
GOA, sure. Niggas lose every week. Gotcha. On Dynamite.
Hey, they won last week.
That's very true. What are they now? 1 and what? King Potato. That's kind of where I am, but I don't want to say it out loud. I will say this. I would love it if the angle is he's been subconsciously putting together his Hurt Syndicate. Might have been knowing that's what he was doing. Like he signs a white guy and he looks like, oh shit. God damn it. Yeah.
It's like, damn it. Missed the quota. God damn it. I missed the quota. Missed what I had to do here. I mean, it just feels like ever since the Swerve feud had so much more legs on it than just one match at Revolution. It should have gone on longer, in my opinion.
Why? So we can fucking prop up Ricochet so you guys can pretend that this is all worth it? No.
Yeah.
Sink or swim on your own. Out there into the world you go. Make it happen. So far, I'm unimpressed. Had me ready to apologize. Thank God, that's over.
All right, coming to the ring with his AEW World Title contract case in hand is, of course, MJF. He says that he doesn't need Bob to get back to his AEW World Championship. He doesn't need Bob, and he doesn't need anybody else. As far as Hangman Page goes, he's a hypocrite, as MJF will beat him in the ring fair and square, as he doesn't need the contract. That world title will be back around his waist. And then we hear the music of Mark Briscoe hit to interrupt. Mark comes out with a mic in hand, and he says, much like MJF's kosher pickle, he'll keep this short and sweet, and short and to the point. Briscoe said that MJF stole that casino gauntlet win from him at All in Texas, so he wants him in the ring next week in Chicago. MJF simply replies, no. as he mocked Briscoe, saying that if he was supposed to win the gauntlet, he would have, but he always chokes when the pressure is on. MJF is a generational talent, the most complete professional wrestler in the world today, and from the bottom of his heart, Briscoe sucks, as does everyone from the Midwest. MJF isn't stupid, though. He knows everyone loves Mark Briscoe. And he knows why. Briscoe has a missing tooth, a wonky eye, a southern accent, and that makes everyone warm and fuzzy. Briscoe replying that he knows, but MJF goes in even more and says, but not even Briscoe's biggest fans think that he's a top guy or anywhere near MJF's level. MJF said that Briscoe is the circus clown. They parade around for cheap laughs and pops. The fans don't respect him, and knew a guy from Delaware that the fans did appreciate and did respect. That guy would have been worth his time. And how depressing it must be for Briscoe to wake up every morning, looking his family and friends in the eye, knowing that they all respected his brother, Jay, more. Briscoe gets pissed off and hits the ring, going after MJF. MJF runs for his life before going to the backstage area as he bails before Briscoe gets ready for the main event against Claudio Castagnoli. I thought this was a really good promo by MJF. Briscoe, not so much. I thought that Briscoe had set a more serious tone for his promos against MJF in the last 2 weeks, the last two promos, especially the promo on Collision 2 weeks ago. And last week, he kind of had that. He sounded like Jay a lot in those promos, but him coming out and saying the kosher pickle again thing just took me out of it. I was like, no, you should be more serious now. MJF has a point. I agreed with MJF by the end of his promo.
Yeah, that's kind of the timing I'm on. This is there's not a lot here. I think I won't be rude. I just said there's not a lot here, and I think we reached the apex of it last week. We hit all the points we need to hit, and then we just revisited them less effectively this week. I don't know what we're going for. I hope we're not trying to carry this to the forbidden door. This is a TV main event. Please and thank you. Get to that work. Get to that part as fast as we possibly fucking can. As much as you all try to sell me on the J part of it, I still don't see it. Even a little bit.
I thought MJF's part of this was really good, and it kind of gave me the point of what I thought this feud was about elevating Mark Briscoe to a higher level than he is right now. And I thought that part of the story, it was good. But Briscoe coming out and joking around again, no, you should be more serious. He should have went right to the point of just challenging him and go down to the ring. Why are you standing on the ramp? To build up to you going after him. If you're that upset at what happened at All In, he should have went right to the wing, and it should have been MJF cutting the promo from the ramp instead of Briscoe cutting the promo from the ramp.
I have a question. I think you said the point of this was to elevate Mark Briscoe. My question is, why?
Because Briscoe is that good that he deserves to be elevated. And he can get over as a beloved babyface.
He's already over as a beloved babyface.
But you can have him over as a beloved babyface and position him as a top guy.
We have enough top guys. We don't need anyone. That's the one thing. Yes, we have plenty of top babyfaces. Yes, you've got Will Osprey, who'll be back for Forbidden Doors.
Well, you say that. We don't know
what he said. Sure. That's what the man said. He's a babyface. He's not.
Well, we don't know when Kenny Omega is gone, so we need
someone. Swerve Strickland is a babyface.
Okay.
He is, despite my objections, he's a babyface. Hangman Page, the star of the fucking company, is a babyface. That's 3 already. That's the most you need for a main event stable. Not actual stable, but a main event grouping. You
can have more than 3.
You shouldn't have more than 5 or 6 main eventers in your fucking roster. If you have more than 5 or 6, you fucked up your count somewhere.
You saying only 5 or 6? WWE has like 10.
They have 2 separate brands. AEW does not. 5 or 6 is the number. Sorry, Charlie. You count more than that, you're counting too many people. Austin, Rock, H, Angle, Taker. End of list.
Do they have 2 brands? They seem to be mix and matching the same people.
Right. You're not gonna play fucking semantics with me. You know what the fuck I mean.
They got like more than on that on Raw.
What did I just say? Name them.
They got more.
Name them.
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Gunther, Jey Uso. They're positioning Braun Breaker as one.
Not positioning anything. I'm not gonna let you away with that.
LA Knights on Raw.
Make me laugh. Absolutely not. But you had them. You did 5.
Hey, you want LA Knight to be there.
Yeah, I want Holly Berry to show up here too, but she won't. Roman, Punk, Gunther, Jay, who's the other one? You mentioned somebody. Oh, Seth. All right, 5. Sorry. Only 5 or 6. I think 6 is the hard cap. You got 7. You are WCW's roster. These motherfuckers come and go as they please. That's your issue. Sorry. No disrespect. You got enough. You got a great roster here of main event guys. Why are we trying to get more? And if we are, why not
get more?
Do all the fucking. You can't though.
You only named 3: MJF and Moxley.
Those are baby faces. I said the baby.
Okay, but like I'm saying
half of 6.
Overall, you have like 5.
MJF Moxley is already 5. Done.
You can get 6. You said
Let's
6.
finish.
You said 5 or 6. We can get one more.
Okada.
One more in there.
Done.
Enough. We can't get 7. We can't push the 7.
No, you cannot. There's too many people. Sorry. Look at Cal Fletcher. You tried to do that shit with Cal Fletcher. What happened? All of a sudden, he's challenging for the TNT Championship. Yes, because we don't have any space up here. Sorry.
We couldn't even make space for Takeshita when he comes back.
It's another Holly Berry showing up. No. I don't think this was going to happen. If I like them, then I'm not making it. Ain't gonna happen. Goddamn.
Hey, WCW was able to be functional for years with more than 6 main eventers.
Yeah, how'd that work out? That money starts to count at the end. God damn. Somebody at Warner Bros. Picked up the check. All these niggas.
How you got all these niggas over here?
Paying a small country. What the fuck is going on here?
But what about the woman? What about the women main eventers?
I count that separately. And you ain't got many of them, I'll freely admit.
You got 2. You got 2 in AEW. It's time to start, but Mercedes Moné. Willow could get there, but they don't push her that way. Chris could get there, but they don't push her that way. Athena could get there, but they don't push her that way.
Well, there's plenty of time, but they're not used enough. Sorry. Oh, I wanted to say this earlier. I totally forgot. I frequently hear how the Raw Women's roster is the best in the world. I think it's underrated. I think it's the best women's roster ever. Period. Full stop. No respect to anybody. NXT, AEW, TNA. Oh, TNA even good anymore? No disrespect. No disrespect to anybody.
Their women's division is not that good. That's why JC Jane is the TNA.
Is Frank World here? I forgot who it was. Who was saying Mariah May was going to fade into obscurity, which is an insane take in general. And a doubly insane take when you realize she came from AEW. Triple H is going to do anything he possibly can to make this fucking thing work out of spite. Knock it all the way off. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
He's going to try, but it doesn't help when Booker T gets her name wrong.
Hey, he did the Stephanie Devil's Kiss thing. He's good for life. He's good for life. Listen. He'll make Stephanie a star. You are good with me.
Hey, Nikki Bella getting her name wrong didn't hurt her, so she'll be all right. Blake Monroe will be right. The entrance was really good. The match was a squash, basically.
Nikki?
No, Blake Monroe.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Ryan May is gonna be fine. Ryan May is fucking fantastic. Oh, was you Pop Driver? Damn, as soon as they leave, they turn on you. Outrageous.
Saying Toni Storm literally cursed her to a lifetime of mediocrity.
Put some money up. Put some money up. I'll be here until it pans out. Or
I mean, did you believe that they would do a good job with Ricky Saint? Because that's been the latest discussion on the timeline is that everybody was very hyped for Ricky Saints and Ethan Page to go to NXT and thought they would be used better, but only one of them is really being used better.
To be fair, I don't watch NXT, so I can't. It's not a Blake Monroe segment. I don't watch. Ricky is suffering from being here too long. Why is he still in NXT? Mm-hmm. Why is he still here? To pull the trigger or don't?
Because Ethan Page is still there. He should be on the main roster.
I don't understand what is going on. Pull the fucking trigger. I'm not joking about Oba being called up.
They have a ridiculous amount of people that should not be at NXT anymore. Trick's been there for 4 years. Like fucking Sadie the Yankees been calling them super seniors. They're super seniors. They've been here way too long. Trick, JCJ's been there for 4 years. Tony D'Angelo been there for 4 years. Lola Vite's been there for 3 years.
Oh, no disrespect. So the niggas should be there. So the niggas should be there. Sorry.
Yeah. But I only name the people that I think are ready to be called up and wouldn't look out of place being called up.
Well, fair enough. Just bring Ricky up to do what? That I send with Cody or Punk, preferably. But
Cody. He needs to be the understudy to Cody. He needs to be the Larry Sabisco to his Bruno Sammartino and eventually turn on him.
I love that. You should have said the Cody MJF then.
No, yeah. That's also true, yeah.
Yeah. It should work out the exact same fucking way.
He costs him the title. He throws in the towel.
Please.
All right, finally, we had Mark Briscoe going one-on-one with Claudio Castagnoli. Love Claudio making this entrance from this. Like, he was standing there for an hour or something.
Death Rider is so unserious.
We start off with some stiff chops and an uppercut battle between the two as the bell sounded. Briscoe won the exchange briefly before Castagnoli responded with boots in the corner. Briscoe blocked a corner charge as they traded overhand chops on the apron until Briscoe went for the eyes and pulled Castagnoli to the floor. Castagnoli avoided a baseball slide, catching an incoming Briscoe right into the giant swing, banging him across the barricade. We get back from commercial break and both men were fighting on the top rope as Briscoe hit a wild sounding loud chop across the chest. He then dove off the top as Castagnoli met him with a huge uppercut. Castagnoli looked like he was dominating things when out of nowhere we see Darby Allin showing up in the crowd, momentarily distracting Castagnoli. Briscoe took the chance to fire up. We get an enziguri that staggered Claudio, allowing a Briscoe exploder for a 2. Castagnoli was booted outside, where Briscoe followed up with the somersault dope and then a cactus elbow off the announce table, and then a running blockbuster off the barricade, where Briscoe then gets in the ring and hits the froggy bow for a 2 count. He goes for the Dre Triller, but Claudio backed him up into the corner, only for Briscoe to fire up with some uppercut chops. Then Castagnoli raked the eyes and crotched Briscoe on the top rope before hitting an avalanche body slam. He then only got a 2 count with that. We get the hammer and anvil elbows. He goes for the neutralizer, but Briscoe avoided it, only for the referee to step in between the two. Castagnoli gets an eye poke and then a charging uppercut for a 2 count. He goes for another neutralizer, but Briscoe's able to reverse things into an inside cradle. He gets the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here in the main event. Post-match, Marina Shafir hits the ring and hits a chop block on Briscoe as Jon Moxley joins with Wheeler Yuta. Castagnoli slams Briscoe midsection first on a setup chair. Moxley said that Hangman Adam Page isn't world champion yet, as they just want to make sure everyone isn't getting too comfortable. Out walks Hangman Adam Page without his music. He power walks to the ring and gets in Moxley's face, with the whole Death Riders freezing in their tracks as soon as they see Hangman. Hangman says that Moxley once said that he didn't want the Texas Death Match, but they both know that wasn't true. When Moxley said Page wouldn't do it again and again, he might believe that. So Page says that he has to prove it against Moxley. Next week, Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship, but this time Moxley is the challenger. So he plays by Page's rules. Everyone but the referee is banned from ringside. Page already knows Moxley's answer is yes, so I'll see you next week, dumbass. He then walks right away from Moxley and the Death Riders, no fear at all, as he just power walks up the stage, and the graphic is shown on the Contron. Next week, Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley, the All In Texas rematch for the AEW World Championship is official. I don't like the whole big graphic on the on the Contron closing the show. It felt too thematic and fake, but I loved Hangman in this post match. Hangman felt like a brave, badass cowboy who didn't fear anything from Moxley and the Death Riders, despite them jumping Briscoe in front of him. He didn't care. He just stepped up to them, and I thought that the Death Riders sold it properly. Of this is the guy that can stop all of this, and he stopped us at All In. So we're not going to do anything in regards to attacking him. We're going to hear what he has to say, and he just steps up and says that he wants the rematch, the thing that Moxley said he was scared to have, but he's not. And the match with Briscoe and Claudio, I thought was effective. I thought it helped with what MJF said in his promo, that Briscoe doesn't win anything. Him winning here is a part of that story of him gaining some confidence and getting wins. It's just against Claudio, who is basically a jobber to the stars at this point. But at least you're positioning Briscoe as one of the stars that he loses to. So I thought that was effective. What did you think?
Match is fine. Claudio's not quite that guy anymore, but Mark Briscoe's really good. So overall, it worked out to a fine match. Not a main event. No, certainly not a main event. Good Lord, what are we doing? What was the match? What was the main event last week?
The trios match.
Who was in the trios match?
Hangman, Briscoe, and Hobbs versus the Death Riders.
Okay. So just this week. Ugh. What was I gonna say? Post match, I'm with you. Hangman looked like a badass there. Just getting into the ring, saying what he has to say, then dipping. Awesome. I'm hoping this is the end of the Death Riders because they've been bitched out every way from Sunday. While I admit Hangman looked like a badass, it had the opposite effect on the Death Riders. Fuck are you niggas pussy for? It's one man. Fuck him up. Nah, you shook. You shook, man. Yeah. I'm here for it. As far as the match next week, I'm less here for it. Good Lord. What are we doing? Why are we having this match after we had Texas Death Match? Why are we having a regular match between Hangman and Moxley? Did you, Tony, kind of buy into Moxley really is that guy? No, he really is not that guy. This match will not be great. Hangman will be great. Moxley will be fine. And we'll get a good-ish match out of it. And hopefully we can all move on from fucking life. Please, this is enough. Good Lord. Put a bullet in the Death Riders for good.
We need to move on after next week. I'm happy that they're doing the matchup next week because I was worried that they were going to drag this out even further. So I'm glad that we're getting through the rematch because it was obvious after last week they were going to the rematch.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love how he calls people dumbass. It's like it very much comes off like Austin. When Austin just jackass or stuff like that, like it just used to come off like just sunning people with just calling them names and stuff like that. I think that Hangman delivers it very well.
Yeah, well, I think the last part.
This is chaos booking.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I will say,
vibes.
I do agree with Alexander. I feel like this first 2 weeks is better than the first run. Hangman is being positioned as the top star, the face of the company, more than he was in his first run. It feels like Hangman was ready in the ring during his first run, but character-wise, he didn't have the depth and the layers that he has now. And it also felt like at that time, the company wasn't prepared because they had CM Punk, they had MJF and CM Punk feuding at that time. They had a Bryan Danielson, they had all these other people, Adam Cole at the peak of his powers in AEW, stuff like that. They had other people that they could focus on. Whereas now it feels like the company is ready to commit to Hangman being the guy.
Very well said.
Alexander also says Death Rider's turning on Moxley soon. I can see it if he loses next week.
No, just fucking leave. Don't need anything story-wise to happen. You thought you had a leader. You thought he was the Messiah. Turns out he's just a guy who's not very good at beating people, apparently. We're done with him. Bye. Leave. And it's just Moxley and Marina Shafir, who feels like the most loyal one for some weird reason.
Marina Shafir is the best soldier he's got.
No, she's definitely the China to his. Feels blasphemous to make that comparison. Good Lord, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let one death match turn me around to Moxley. We're not doing that.
2FK says putting the house on a bulldog choke W. Y'all are chaos booking. I'm not. Y'all are the same people that listened to Jimmy and was like convinced Moxley was winning at All In. Davion says this needs to come with Buckshot Larry and please move on. Yes, I agree with that. Unfortunately I don't think that's the end though. I think that they're gonna try to do Blood and Guts. I think they are gonna do Blood and Guts with Death Riders versus a team led by Hangman.
What was the last Blood and Guts?
Last July.
And who was in it?
It was the Elite versus Darby, Swerve.
Oh, that's the Jack Perry thing.
Yeah, Jack Perry gets hit in the head with the steel chair. Mark Briscoe was in that as well. Mark Briscoe was the one who swung the chair.
Darby managed to get himself a TNT title shot out of it, I remember.
Yes, he held him hostage. He just said he was going to set him on fire if he didn't get a TNT title shot.
Great negotiation. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck that. Darby, Priest, Warlow is the dumbest babyface kayfabe characters ever. You've got all the leverage in the world. You get a TNT title shot. Nigga, for real? How about the EVPs quit? How about they have to fuck off forever? We could have avoided all this EVP nonsense a year ago. Swerve and Osprey didn't have to almost break his neck. Osprey didn't have to almost break his neck to get them to lose the EVP titles. Can we please not do the Blood and Guts? Please, please not.
I think they're gonna.
We can skip this year if you don't mind.
They're doing Cleveland in like 2 weeks, which I think it's in a yeah, we checked this morning. It's in a building that holds like 13,000. So if you want to sell these, I think reasonable for them is like 5,000, 6,000 on a push. If you really believe in Blood and Guts as a draw, you do Blood and Guts and Briscoe versus MJF on that show.
Can I say something? Fuck it. It's the show. That's no name. We'll save it for next week.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, say it.
Despite the wrestlers putting on a great show, or a good show. In this case, a fine show. I don't think there's been a great improvement with Triple H and or Tony Khan as far as booking goes. A lot of the shit is just bad. I'm sorry. And you get confused because Jet Speed and FTR fucking crush it. Oh, yeah, it's good. No, it's not good booking. It isn't. It's just niggas fucking having a great match. I'm sorry. A lot of shit's bad.
I think as far as Tony Khan in 2025, it's been a lot of not listening to a lot of outside voices in the creative room and more leaving it up to the performers. Because a lot of the stories come down to how layered Hangman's character was and how much people were invested in his redemption story. I think that's one of the big W's for them. Timeless Tony Storm, it's her just having a free script to say whatever the hell she wanted to do and be a great promo. It's Will Osprey being a great wrestler. It's Kenny Omega being back and feeling like he is somebody that brings the vibes for AEW in a big way because he can have spectacular matches himself. It comes down to that more than I will say that it comes down to that more than Tony Khan being a great booker. I think that he stripped down, though, a lot of the other voices in the creative room, though, which has helped.
Tony Storm being a great character might be up to Tony Storm. Tony Storm Mercedes feud is up to Tony Khan, and it's bad. Same thing for the Death Riders.
I don't think it was bad. It wasn't what it could have been.
No. Send the show.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. This is an opinion. That's your opinion. I have my opinion.
Yeah,
I disagree. You're not wrong. It's an opinion.
I love that. You disagree with what? If you disagree with me, that means if you agree with me, that means I'm right. If you disagree, it means I'm wrong. I don't particularly care one way or another.
No, your opinion. You can't be wrong with your opinion.
Of course you can. I say it all the
You can
time.
have a flawed. You can have a flawed opinion. But just because I disagree with your opinion doesn't make your opinion wrong.
It doesn't make it wrong, but you think it's wrong. Otherwise, you'd agree.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Sure.
We got 2FK who says Triple H and Gato and whichever fool runs TNA are scrapping for podium places. TK is clear, although he needs some main event heels to get hot soon. Yeah, I'll say TK is doing better than them. Triple H has declined. I think it's, if you had to compare the two, Tony Khan is still doing what he was doing, but has stripped down some of the voices in the room, which makes him better. Whereas Triple H has declined from where he was in 2024, in 2023. Gato's always been bad, and he just has bad tendencies, and he seems to always get bad around the same time of the year, it seems. Similar to Tony Khan, which I've said from the beginning. I was like, so AEW's in a good space right now, but I'm expecting a decline by the fall when he has to focus on the NFL. And yeah, and TNA's booking is being run by Tommy Dreamer and Delirious. Enough said.
Yeah, I don't know anything about all that. I love that his booking declines when he has to focus on the NFL and putting a bad football product out. Sure. He was not good at anything.
Exactly. That's what makes it funny.
But yeah, he'd be number one for me, which is a sad state of wrestling. But being number one is
Triple H?
Tony Khan. He'd be number one for me. But shortest midget in the circus is the phrase, I believe. Tallest midget in the circus. Sorry. This shit's bad. Just because that was worse to make this good. That's not how that fucking works. I don't care how Fitz tries to clean it up. No, it's bad. Sorry. Break the news to you. He's fighting for a playoff spot. Nigga, this shit's bad. That shit's worse. This shit's bad. Sorry.
I disagree, but you're not wrong. All right, we've come to the end of another edition of AEWramble. Final call for Super Chat donations. Appreciate y'all in the chat for all the support. And, of course, you can let us know in the chat your match of the night, your moment of the night, your MVP, your LVP, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? Jimmy, write down your number for this week. or if you're just going to reuse your number from last week, put your thumbs
All right,
in the middle.
You.
Thumbs in the middle. And for the July 23rd, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Indeed.
7 out of 10 for you. We got in the chat 2FK who says, let's hope the Jags go 0-16 so we get a decent pay-per-view stretch.
What is his fucking role over there? I remember hearing about it. I don't know what it was.
He's like what, analytics? He's in charge of the analytics for the squad.
I love that. All right, then no, we're not giving no excuse for fucking the Jaguar season. You don't hire fucking mathematicians for this shit? Man, get the fuck out of here.
Fire Drive Finisher gives it an 8 out of 10. Frantic World went 7.5 out of 10. Chuck Berry says 7.75 out of 10 for me, and a thumbs up. Draft Analytics. There we go.
Even less work. Good lord.
And who was your MVP for the show, Jimmy?
I'm actually gonna go with Hangman. I thought he had a great open to the show and a very good close to the show, and he came across like a star.
Once again, it's Hangman for me. I thought that Hangman, they positioned him very well 2 weeks in. I'm hoping they can maintain that. LVP for the show, Jimmy.
Boy. I'm not gonna give it to Tony Khan. I was leaning that way. I'm gonna give it to Taz and fucking Shivani. Good lord. You stink.
Who did you say before that? For Taz and Tony Schiavone?
Tony Khan.
Oh. LVP for the show? I think this is the first, even though they've been a part of stuff that I haven't liked over the last couple of weeks. It's the Hurt Syndicate.
Wow.
I like the backstage segment, but it made no sense them working with Cope. And then it made no sense for Bobby Lashley to be like he wanted MJF out of the squad. So, yeah.
You know what it felt like? It felt like he reacted after a bad loss. So there wasn't a loss.
Yeah.
He beat somebody up.
Exactly.
So
it was very like, what? What is going on? And then your match of the night is easy. FTR versus Jet Speed, right?
See. With relative ease.
Moment of the night, Jimmy.
Oy. I didn't really like anything. That I already didn't mention Hangman. You know what? Yeah, let's go with Hangman's Open with MJF. I felt inspired.
I'm gonna say Hangman's Close with Moxley.
Yeah.
Him sunning the Death Riders. That was my moment of the night. But yes, we've come to a close on another edition of AEW Dynamite. We heard Jimmy's thoughts on Hulk Hogan's passing, and of course, join us live Saturday. We're on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast, where we'll be talking much more in depth about the passing of Hulk Hogan and where his legacy stands after his passing in the world of professional wrestling. So join myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and the True Josh for that on Saturday. And Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they shall see you again.
No, you'll see me next week because I'll be here unless I'm struck by the. I'll be here. I'll be here. Show's been mid, not bad, so I'll be here. As far as I don't want to talk to you. I had enough of you guys. It's gaslighting. Gaslighting me believing this is anything better than fine. Knock it off. Please, baby.
It was a good episode. Not a great episode. Not a very
7.5 is good.
Yeah, that's good. If it was 8, that's very good.
Oh, good
8
lord.
8.5, 9, that's great.
Oh my god. Get that 75 on this paper. Well, that's a good job. No, it's not. Good job. Oh,
You passed. Good job.
good Lord. That's
Thank
it.
God. Thank God you don't have kids.
You don't even have an
You-
excuse.
You
I was about to
they get a-
say this is
They get a 70. They get a 70 on your test. You're slapping them across the head like, how dare you?
I was about to say I can't even use the excuse. Usually this is a public school education mentality. You don't even have that excuse. Good Lord. They went to a private school to 75. It's right there. That's I'm afraid that's going on the refrigerator. No, it isn't. That shit down. And this fucking elephant that you colored green for some reason. Fucking idiot. Ugh. Sorry. Make your kids
Thank
do better.
God you don't have kids. But thank you guys for joining us. Remember, if you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on the video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. And, of course, comment down below if you're watching us on demand. Let us know what you thought about AEW Dynamite. I will be back live on Saturday, I believe 10:05. 10:05 a.m. Eastern time for the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and the True Jaw Josh. We got our ether from Josh talking about Mercedes creative control dropping tomorrow at THH Cut. Check out the THH Cut from yesterday talking all about Mercedes Moné creative control debate. But until then, for Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been AEWramble episode